hearing it here first. We the Wave, you know, you hearing it on the We the Wave radio.
We the Wave
you
radio.
know what it is, man.
Yeah.
Bliss on the beat, baby.
Tell me that it's real, tell me that it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong.
What it do, everybody? Welcome back to motherfucking We the Wave radio. Now I got my boy, my brother from another mother. A real special person to me, man. Somebody that kinda, I don't want to say kinda, who guided me along my transition in life. Somebody that I always, you know, not just looked up to, but aspired to work like and to think like, and to, you know, just be real. Somebody who showed me a lot of game, gave me a lot of knowledge, which is worth more than any amount of money, put me on a nice path, showed me and introduced me to a lot of people that, to be honest with you, changed my life. One of the most talented people that I am around on a constant basis. Somebody that I see a lot of potential in and willing to ride for. So anybody say something about this one, you know, it's just different. Like I said, talented. Music is the basis of what we hear, but has so much more to offer. This is just the beginning, man, and I just happy to call this man my brother. We got Stretch Dollars in the building.
Yo.
SMG, Scotty B,
Man.
everything, man. How many we got, bro?
The list keeps going. Every day it's a new thing.
That's the best thing, though, man. We gotta keep reinventing ourselves, man. I'm just glad to get you here finally. Glad to, you know, finally be in the element, man, and really get to build on, you know, just the shit that we've been doing, you know.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy to see, you know, your dreams coming true, which, you know, led to this, and, you know, the inspiration behind my dream, you know, and even doing this here, you know. So, man, I'm glad to be doing this right now,
Glad to
bro.
be here, man.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Just, you know, taking it a day at a time, brother.
That's all we can do, man.
Yes, sir.
Just keep living. And how's everything going, man? Music, business, you know, life in general, man. How's just everything going for you right now?
Man, you know, everything is cool right now, man. I'm just cooling. You know, life is life, so, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, the ups and the downs, but, you know, you got to get up and you got to keep going forward, man. Making it happen.
Most definitely. So, and talking to, you know, my wife, how we do, it's just, she keep reminding me, and I do the best to remind myself, it's no real downs, you know. And I was just listening to Mike Tyson, him going up, you know, it's all our perspective, it's all a journey. But in the end, we always, especially brothers like us, we ascending, you know. It's things that we got to tackle. It's people that we got to help, and it's just information. It's just having life is a blessing, you know. So
Amen.
Once you enter this world, it was only up, you know.
Yes, sir.
It's just about processing it, getting rid of all them programs, you know, and just rebuilding from who we are. But yes, sir, man. I like I said, I'm glad to have you here. I just want to start for the people, you know, because, you know, I know you. We could talk about many things. I just want to get them to the beginning, man, to understand who you are as a person, you know, why you even here, from the music to everything, you know, just as a person, though. Think about, like, as a kid growing up, like, what was that like for Stretch? I
mean, I kind of always figured that music was going to play some type of role in my life. You know, I was, you know, one of the top basketball players growing up. Everybody thought that was going to be the way, but, you know, God had something different in mind. And, you know, after high school, you know, we was getting drunk, you know, drinking, smoking, whatever. I recorded my first track, and I immediately fell in love. Immediately.
Love at first sight. You remember what that first track was? What it was about?
Yeah, the song was called Who Am I? It's crazy, you know? And everybody, I ain't even gonna lie, everybody, it was my first track, one take. Everybody in the room was just like, what the fuck? Like,
what was that?
This was probably like 2002. You know, just some of my neighborhood boys that I was growing up with, man. Shout outs to, you know, Turtle Dub. What up, man? My boy JJ. Big Long Beach. You know, my brother Jason. Yeah. So Irwin, he actually made the beat. Shit, I never forget that day. Never.
Did you have an answer back then? Who am I? You know, that's a bold first song. You know, Who did you think you were? You know,
I was trying to figure out who I was at the time, and you know, going from sports to music, you know, that's a different perspective. So the frame of mind is kind of the similar game, but the frame of mind is different, just because how you gotta play it.
Right.
It's not physical; it's mental.
Everything, 90% of it is mental, man. That's what I'm starting to believe. It's all 100% mental. Because everything I see, everything, you know, is a part of it. All the things that are, you know, are me, or I think are me, or that are a part of my program, comes from, you know, what I see or what I ingest through all my senses.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, man.
It's beautiful.
Man, you took the words out of my mouth. It really is.
So, you know, in college, I was still hooping. I went to UOP. I met a lot of good people out there. Stockton, California, man. Shout out to the 209.
Man, Stockton got some good weed.
Man, don't it?
Man.
Bruh.
How could you stay focused out there hooping, man?
That I couldn't. That was the whole point. You know?
Right.
Niggas started smoking, you know, started dabbling in, you know, transactions. So it was really a distraction, but at the same time, it was an arrow pointing me into the direction that, like I said, God had for me.
You had no idea what you was doing or why you were doing it or anything, but it seems like it's that all the way, all the time, you know?
Yeah.
It leading you.
Yeah. And it was actually the first day I got to college, you know, school didn't start yet. We was hooping. We had, you know, the workouts or whatnot. I ran into a dude that very first day. You know, shout out to my boy AB, Abstract Black, you know, and he brought me to a studio. So that was like my first time actually in the studio.
How old were you about around then?
I had to be 18. Yeah, I had to be 18. You know?
Fresh out of school, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And I always wrote poetry. That was my thing. That was my senior project in high school. I wrote a poetry book, pretty much, you know, my life, the things that I go through, things that I see, my experiences, you know.
That's pretty dope, because I did the same thing. I did it actually, though, in, like, I want to say 7th or 8th grade. We had a project for English, and we had to publish a book, and everybody's writing books or whatever like that, or stories.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to write a book of poems.
Book of poems.
And that's crazy that you said that. You had that, man. I always hated English or reading.
Yeah, me
but
too.
For that one, for some reason, I really enjoyed it. I remember it to this day.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. You know? And then college, it was funny, right? You know, college is different than in high school and middle school. Like, you still go to different classes, but you don't got nobody telling you, yo, get up, go to class.
Right.
So a lot of times I missed class. But there was one class in particular I was going to, and it was my creative writing class. Dopest class like I've ever taken. But my teacher, like, I forget the instructor. I wish I remember her name. She was like the coolest broad I ever met. And she just one day pulled me aside and was like, why don't you put this, like what you're writing, to a beat? I think it will sound so good.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, maybe I should try that. You know, so that's how it started right there. Right there, doing slam poetry slams in school, you know, really getting in front of large audiences and speaking my mind instead of hooping. It was different, but it was the same, you know, but, you know, it was just an experience that I thank God for every day.
Man. Okay, maybe this is what I want to know. How do you feel, right?
Yeah.
As someone who is new to it, introduced to it, and all these people love it, and then I know in your mind, because I know you gotta be like, I'm better than all these people. Right? Yeah. So me knowing you and you competitive, like, how does that, you fresh in it, you know, you see people that, you know, they doing it, but you know, they not about to take it where I'm about to take it. Or do you know that in that moment?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I was nervous as hell, boy. Okay. I was nervous. Because it's like, with basketball, it don't matter how your shot look. If it go in, it go in. That's 2 points. They gonna love you. But then when you speak in your mind, it's just different. People got opinions. They can have opinions about what you say versus, you know, how you playing ball. If it's getting the job done. So I was nervous. I mean, I love the stage. I love being in front of people, but really doing something that was that brand new was just, it was almost frightening, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that, I forgot who I heard say this, but somebody said that's like, that point, that fear and that anxiousness is like where the cusp of freedom is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like when you push yourself to the moments to really get there. Now, niggas who do play basketball all day, and it's just like, it's a natural thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then some people don't work as hard because they understand that it comes natural to me, you know? So it's like, I got it, and I don't necessarily have to do that with that, right?
Yeah.
So how do you take that approach that what you have, especially when you dominate in basketball, or at least competitive highly at your level, and then into music to where you feel like you're alone or you're afraid, you know, and that you have that anxiety, you know, like does that translate?
I mean, I used to get anxiety before each game. You know, like, it was natural, but it was like, I played the game in my head before I even stepped on the court. And I done worked so hard and was so talented at that every time I stepped on the court, like, you're right, I knew nobody could stop me, and I knew I was gonna stop anybody I guarded. No question. But then when you translate into poetry or music or entertainment, you in a league of your own in one instance, because it's so many different personalities and genres and ways you could take it with your words that could grab different people's attention and hit people, you know, a certain way. So, you know, at first it's like, yeah, some of my boys, they gonna come out and support because they fuck with me. Now, if I was good back then or not, I don't know. You know, that's, you know, but I knew what I was saying was real. So it was like, after a while, once, you know, they did that first snap, and I'm like, okay, well, they actually like this piece. And then I recorded my first tracks. It was like, I felt like what I was saying was competing with, you know, everybody. It was just my delivery. Like, it's a different exercise, you know, it's a different cadence how you ride this beat. So my delivery wasn't on point, but when I listen to it now, I still feel that shit. Like, damn, I was saying some shit. Like, I could take what I said back then and put it with my delivery now. I think I'm the best in the game. Real.
Now, not only what you were saying, but did you ever feel just to say something, like, was that fulfilling to you? Not even much so, because I know a lot of people, especially a lot of people that I've heard your original music through, you could tell that they weren't saying anything, but you can also tell that there wasn't a push to say anything. Like, they didn't feel the need to. It was on a different thing. And then when I listen to your music, especially in the past, is the underlying thing is you felt not only was your words good enough, but you felt compelled to speak just because of who you were.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I always play the back. So I'm always in the background. I'm always the one observing. So it's like, you know, I see so much going on, and it's like, damn. You know, me growing up, I feel like it was the last generation before all the OGs, like this transition that's happening right now.
Right.
It's crazy. I'm going to just leave it at that, the transition in the world. But, like, we had the OGs telling us like, yo, don't do this, do this.
For sure.
You know, if you do this is what's gonna happen. If you do it this way, then, you know, and there was a code back then and a respect, you know, that I think is lacking right now. But, you know, just me when I first said, who am I? That's a question I keep asking. Hard to hit my thoughts when these bullets keep blasting. You know, I ain't a thug, but my heart keep, you know, it was something, you know, but it was like, it was me. I felt like people got more of me as soon as I started talking. And then I actually had something to say, you know, so it was like more people started engaging. And like my first project, I recorded while the beats was playing on TV, and I'm recording off the computer. And people loved it, I ain't gonna lie. People loved it. So it was like, man, maybe I could do something with this.
Who was the first person you played that song for?
It was besides the people that was there, it was this chick, right? Shout out to University of Pacific, man. This chick named Lydia, yo, from T-Dot. Asian.
Shout out to Lydia from T-Dot.
Word.
The Asians.
Yo, like, this was my best friend the whole time I was there. People, to the point people getting mad, like, why you chilling with this bitch? Like, yo, this is you ain't even know. But I played it for her. Like, she was my #1 fan. On the court, she was like, yo, when you go big, I'm gonna buy your jersey. Off the court, she was like, damn, as soon as you hit, you know what I mean, your CD come out, I'm buying your album. Like, so, you know, she was
just
like,
always saw the light in you.
yeah, you know what I mean? And like, kind of inspired me to continue to keep going.
It seems like it's all, I was just listening to people this morning in them stories, and it's just like, it's always when you at a point and you about to quit, it's somebody that either you care about or somebody you care nothing about. It's either one of those two things. It's somebody that you really, really care about, or a complete stranger that for some reason their words to you allows you to grasp your worth in that moment. And just be like, you know what? Giving everything, I'ma just keep going.
Oh God, like that's real. And that brings me to like, after UOP, I moved to the East Coast, right? You know, with my baby mama. So it was like, I was going to school, hooping and stuff out there. And it's funny you say that because she knew me from growing up, school, from hooping, all of this, to now it's like, oh, you want to be a rapper? You know what I mean? So it's like the closest person that was to me was tearing me down the whole ride. You know what I mean? Which made me stronger, so I appreciate you for that. But it was like, that close person, man, they couldn't see it. You know, and then it was actually, it wasn't a stranger, but it was one of my plugs. Like, I threw the CD in there, you know what I mean? And he's listening to it. He's about to drop me off. I'm like, yo, let me get my CD. And he's like, nah, let me get this. I'm like, nah, bro, this is the only copy I got. And he shot me $10.
I need to have it.
So it wasn't a stranger, but it was somebody that wasn't as close to me that showed me love. And it was like, damn, yo.
You hit it right there on their head. That's what it takes.
Man, somebody's gonna feel you. You know, you not the only person. I mean, we all different, but you not the only person that's feeling a certain type of way or doing a certain type of thing. So whatever your truth is somebody else's truth too. And that's what I learned.
I believe all things are true.
Yeah.
I believe what's true for you is what's true for you. And what's true for me is damn sure what's true for me, but they're not always the same. Right?
Yeah.
Does not mean that they aren't true, because you are going to believe. Just like I'm going to believe what I believe in, I'm going to believe it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Right? And it's nothing that anybody can tell me other than my own eyes and senses that's going to say, all right, it's different. Right?
Yeah.
And that I learned that to be the truth with everybody that I've ever encountered. because it's a certain thing that's built up and that's so specific to your upbringing, which connects us all together. That's why I believe everything is special, everyone is special, everything and everyone is a purpose.
Yeah,
right.
It's gonna take some time for that, for people to understand that part though, because people so opinionated, you know, they be so passionate about their opinions that they forget to, you know, see that, okay, well, what I'm doing might not work for you.
Right.
You know?
Shit, I'm a victim of it too, but at the true core of my best person, I believe that, you know, that I can agree. It's not agree to disagree. I agree wholeheartedly. And when you say something, I take it as your gospel, not mine though. I take it as you're telling me who you are and what you are, and I appreciate it, you know. And I appreciate myself, which allows me to appreciate other people. We all should be different.
Yeah.
We all should have a little bit of something that we do something different. That's how we can learn from each other and take from each other.
Exactly. Feel that.
You know, but I believe, you know, it's all true, because the way you give it to me, you're gonna tell it to me. Even if I know it not to be true, you're gonna make me question myself sometimes, and that'd be crazy. Like, goddamn, like, am I wrong? But then it's just like, oh, I'm just me and you're you, you know. So it's not a right or wrong thing. It just is what it is, and that's for you and your reality and your life, and that's what you see, and that's what it will be. You know, I just live a different one.
Yeah.
That's all. I want to talk about, man, your older brother, you know, and his influence on you and music specifically, and just, you know, in life. I got my older brother, you know, sitting right here, so.
I mean, I think I got it from my brother.
Huh.
To be honest, because, like, you know, shout out to Scooby, dope producer, talented producer. We got a couple tracks together that's gonna go. But I think I got it from him. Like, even as a young, like, being young, like, I seen him messing with, like, different keyboards and, like, turntables, just fucking around. But it's like, he's like, damn, man, I want to make this. This is what I want to do. But, you know, unfortunately, when we was young, you know, things happened the way he got shipped off. So it was like, I wasn't around him for, like, 15 some years. Yeah.
Never unfortunate.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
You were able to live it, and
yeah.
anything that don't kill you make you strong.
Yeah. But as soon as we got back together, it's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, man, I think I'm about to, you know, take this music shit and go. And he's like, well, shit, man, that's what I'm doing right now. So honestly, what I feel is gonna happen soon, you know, is that he gonna be producing, I'm gonna be rapping. Word, my brother was a big influence on me, even to the music we played. Like, I wasn't asking for no tapes when I'm like 5 or 6. Like, yo, can I get that? You know what I mean? Let me get that Tupac. You know what I mean? Like Digital Underground. Like, let me get that cool. Like, I wasn't, like, I'm handed tapes. So it's like, I get my musical, my
taste.
Yeah, you know what I mean? From my brother.
I definitely feel that. I feel that from my mom, for sure, my dad, and I just always soaked up music. I stole it from everywhere, to be honest with you. If I'm listening to good music, like, I feel it. My body just knows, whether it's old, new, whatever it is.
And that's how my house was. It was crazy. If I go in the living room, you know what I mean, with my mom, she might be playing some, like, soul, you know, R&B soul, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some hip hop maybe, but, you know, if I go in the room with my pops, he playing some jazz. You know, my brother playing some gangster shit.
Man.
You know, my sister got some hip hop shit going. You know, so it was like I had all of that every day. It was weird, but it was like I thank God for that. You know,
on everything.
Diverse.
And that brings me to the next person, a good brother of mine and yours, the person who opened my eyes. I would say I was always an open person. Yeah. But it's a difference when it's put in plain sight, you know. And the first person for me to put it in plain sight, in plain words, and to be able to reach was Brother Bear, you know, Polar Bear. And I
love my brother Polar Bear.
Just education and knowledge aside, the brother is talented.
One of the most talented brothers I've ever seen.
I've heard people new music. I've heard other people produce. I've heard other sounds. It's something when you hear the sounds that come from him that for some reason I just never understood why it didn't happen, but I understand now, and I just understand life that one, it will if it's supposed to.
Of course.
And two, even if it doesn't, just for the time that I was able to see that and to be around that and to understand what real talent is, right? Yeah. Like I've been around people who play ball, who've gone division, music and everything, but it wasn't until I actually got around him. That's how we met.
Yeah, exactly.
So until I got around him to where I was like, oh shit, this is music.
Yeah.
This is how it's done. This is what they do.
Touches you like
in a whole different way. And then when you build that on top of the ability that he has to process information, whether he acts upon it or not is another story, you know.
Of course.
But the ability to retain and to
spit that shit out.
It's such a way that it makes it so real to you.
To you, individually.
No matter who you are to him.
Yeah.
Because to me, I was just I was really the flunky. I was the corner boy. I was like, let me go to the store, get the wraps or whatever. Let me do this. Yeah. I'm going to buy weed from you. I'm going to do that. I'm just trying to soak up as much game as possible. Yeah. Right? So that's how we met. And when I met you, it was like, hey, I don't really know you, but I know you know him. And what he says about you is that you're a part of the reason why he thinks the way he does. So I just was always like, bro, I just want to talk to you. I
love Polar Bear. Polar Bear, the reason why I came to Vegas to begin with. It was something about, in fact, actually, my brothers who introduced me to Polar Bear.
Yes, sir.
So it was like, you know, everybody's connected, you know. So
I don't know if you know, I do my homework. You know? I like to lead it in, time together.
I see that. So, you know, the thing I love about Polar Bear is, besides the wisdom, is he taught me frequency. Not just sonically sounding in music, but frequency, the vibration of life. Because that's what music essentially is supposed to be at the end of the day. It's the vibration of life. And when it's real, it's classic, it's long lasting, you know what I mean?
Yes,
and
sir.
People play that shit.
Temptation.
You know what I mean?
Smokey Robinson, like shit that just Michael Jackson, that's timeless, that just lasts, that is, no matter what.
And the vibration he opened me up to is forever. And
I couldn't agree with you more, brother.
Man, yeah. So it's like, you know, there was one time we was just in a room making I had the studio in my bedroom, and right next door my brother had the production. So he's making beats and I'm recording. So by the time I finish recording, he done made another beat, and I'm in there recording on that beat. And Polar Bear was a whole part of that situation, man. And it was like, he said something like, yo, Stretch, like, I don't know if you know, but you are the matriarch of your family. And, you know, it hit me. Like, first off, I gotta look that shit up. The fuck is that? And then it's like,
it's a lot of those times.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, this feeling that I've always had that I could never explain to myself, to let alone get out into the world, he opened me up to that. And it was like, yeah, we like are a mirror image of each other. Like, I'm learning from him, he's learning from me, and we growing. Like, you know, unfortunately, you know, we haven't been on the same page lately, you know, which is going to change, because I definitely feel like there's more into our relationship that's supposed to be expounded upon.
I can't, man, everything you're saying I agree with, you know, and that's why I open this platform up because you know I'm going to go talk to him.
Yeah.
You know I'm going to go sit down with him. I just have to do it. It's only right because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Well, let me not say that. Excuse me. Because I know I won't be here because everything that happened to me is for a reason.
He's just one of them guys that's in your
in my reality, for me, I know he was that one.
Yeah.
Now, I knew I would be there, whatever, whoever did it may not be important, but he's important because he was the one. He was the one that did it for me.
That'd be like, hey, brother, you know what I'm saying? You starting to shut them eyes, open them shits back up,
man.
You know what I'm saying? And look what's going on. And then here goes some wisdom about frequencies and vibration and all of that you could take. Now, sometimes I might not express it in words, and this beat is gonna have to do, but that beat, my nigga, like, is going to talk to you, you know? And that's what I love about my brother too. Like, besides that we are reflections of each other, is like, it's another way to grow. That's how we grow. It's not another way. That is the way to grow.
Yes, sir.
Iron sharpen iron.
Man, I feel that same way. I really had that, and you know how I get. I would call you in Houston and be like, hey, bro, I haven't talked to you. I just need to, because it's something about, well, it's not necessarily just me. It's something that I found about peace and happiness that is tied to the people that you hold dear, right? And not to say that anyone else is responsible for it, but the more you're able to have it in yourself, the more it will reflect in the relationships you have with others, right?
Yes, sir.
So I reached out to my mom, my dad, because you know that used to be a back and forth, and you know I always reached out to you and just those people who close, you know, just to say, hey, I haven't forgot about you. I'm thinking about you. I love you. I'm good. How are you doing? You know, and I did that with him as well, just because I know in life I want to have that, you know. He amongst you and a lot of people, a lot of my brothers that I have around me, it's just it's little versions of yourself when you're growing and you're getting better, and then it's like I hit my peak in this area here, and I hit my peak in this area here, and then you start to realize, oh shit, people are designed to take you to different places based on where they've gone, right? So I understand, for me to constantly be at my best self of really doing the work and mentally focused is reaching out to him. And I understand me not reaching out to him is me understanding that I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know?
I feel
because if I truly am there, it's just a phone call, because I understand that that's what he's been about for me. Whether whatever he's on, I understand that he feels that purpose, so I can use it. I can do that. It's just something in myself or my ego, whatever it is in me, understands, or not even understands, just is under the notion that I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even ego though. Sometimes it's just really spirit.
Right.
Like, we are connected in different ways that, you know, people can't explain. So it's like when you tied to somebody spiritually, you know what I mean, then like, yeah, man, like that was a wake-up call for me at times, because you called me and I'd be like going through some shit, and then I'd be like, damn, what's up, brother? Like, damn, I thank you for the call, you know what I mean? Like yeah, it'll wake you back up, it'll open your eyes back up, like, man, there are people out here that, you know what I mean, that really fuck with you and that care about you. You know, which brings back to, you know, beforehand when we saying like those other people sometimes you not know, but they're like really inspired me to keep going. Small shit. And I talk to people on the internet all the time, and I tell them something and they be like, really? Like, that's what it... I'm like, yeah, like that little shit you just did right there just boosted me and put me back on. Like, word. So we all need that, and, you know, need to definitely stay connected to that.
For sure. Another brother that I want you to talk about, who I just got the chance to meet, I guess I would say recently in the last 2 years or so, who, you know, I found to be instrumental to you, and also is kind of that person, you know, he's kind of like me, because when you talk about him, he's always calling in the time like, hey, how you doing? And not only how you doing, but hey, I got this for you. I've been doing this. This is what's going on. Can you be a part of this? And the brother, you know, Louis Rock.
Yeah.
In your Connecticut days, you know.
Hey listeners, are you interested in creating your own podcast? Anchor makes it simple by providing a free creation tool that has everything you need in one place. Record, edit, and distribute your podcast right from your smartphone or computer. Your podcast can then be heard on apps like Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Make money with no minimum listenership. Join We The Wave Radio and let your voice be heard with Anchor. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm. That's ANCHOR.FM.
That's Louis Rock. That's my guy. That's my brother. I love this nigga, man. Like,
y'all got a song together, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're gonna get into that in a second, right after this, actually.
We do. But Louis Rock, that's my boy. You know, I've been knowing him for damn near 13 years. And from the first day that we met, it was like, bro, like, I already know what you on. You know what I'm on. Let's go. You know what I mean? It was like, no talking, let's go. And he's definitely been instrumental. He's hooked me up with a couple of people, man, in the industry that really had boosted my knowledge on this shit, which, you know, takes you to that next level, you know? So it was like Louis Rock, that's my man. We got a lot of shit going on. Louis Rock Productions. Definitely shout out to Connecticut, you know, the Ruler Big Mike, you know, definitely shout out to J Beats. You know what I mean? Platinum producer, Grammy nominated. You know, so you want to get into that joint?
Yes, sir. I'm ready when you ready, man. Introduce it. You know, you got a brand new joint, Remy.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Louis Rock, Crystal Love. You know, the county. Shout out to Swavsky. We just did the show with Self-Titled. He was on tour with Apathy and Self-Titled. You know, so shout out to them. You know, yeah, this the county.
What was the making like? Like how y'all flew? Y'all did that out here, or you did that back in Connecticut?
Nah, they did that out here.
Okay.
Like I just got hit from Louis. Like, yo, Swavsky finna be in Las Vegas. You know, hit him up. Maybe you could, you know, touch down with him and link. And you know, so I hit them. They showed up. You know, shout out to Enemy the Illest. That's my guy from day one. Apathy, Self-Titled. It was definitely a blessing to be up in that room with them. Shout out to Swavsky, man. You know, so yeah, this is called Remy. It was on the Ruler Big Mike mixtape. Welcome to Well City. You know, let's do it. Produced by Louis Rock. He one of the illest producers. We got the video on YouTube. Definitely check out Remy. You know, by the county. We got the Vivo page. Yeah. Let's go.
It's Remy. Let's get it.
Hello, 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 world. Yes, yes,
With
I'm
a Wave
girl.
Radio.
Don't judge a book by its cover. I am so different from others. Hella, hella, hella cheddar bent. Daily dosing off adrenaline. Money hungry, that's my medicine. Moving better than the best of them. Hello, 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 world. Yup, I'm a girl. I just be stacking my paper. Please don't ask me for no favors. Hella independent men. Making money, that's the regimen. Making money, that's the master plan. Making money makes me happy, damn. Broke bitches, snitches, and haters. I do not fuck with no traitors. They phony, they signing them papers. Leaking on others' behaviors. Everything I do is major, bitch. My flow is so second nature, bitch. Who is this chick from Connecticut? Oh my god, savaging.
That's a fact, yeah, it's a Fendi. Cognac and it's Henny. Either that or it's the Remy. Automatic or the semi. Either way, I got the toaster. I don't wanna have to roast ya. Why you frontin' for the gram, no? Nigga, act like you supposed to. Take it shorty, I'm like, so what? Got me rubbing on a chocha. Got a bag and all the coke up. Money, I need more bucks. All of my niggas are savages. Take my car, but please don't damage it. From the trap to where the mansion is. And it all came up from trafficking. Hit me up, I got the ready whip. Throw the money like confetti, bitch. I know he ain't who he said he is. Had to get up on some petty shit. Hit me up, I got the ready whip. Throw the money like confetti, bitch. I know he ain't who he said he is. Had to get up on some petty shit.
Learn to cook it like I'm Betty, bitch. In the kitchen with the veterans. Is you using it or selling it? Soft white, all that ready whip. Rhyme moving like my watch do. Product moving on a block too. Broke rappers on the Snapchat. Be some bum niggas with an attitude. Pay homage, show gratitude. Whenever you bring up a boss, pay it no matter the cost. Bag it then getting it off. Spent the band to wanna re-up. Know I gotta get my cheese up. Now they saying I'm a dope boy. Each bar got them hollering Jesus. Learn to cook it like I'm Betty, bitch. In the kitchen with the veterans. Is you using it or selling it? Soft white, all that ready with. Grind moving like my watch do. Product moving on the block too. Broke rappers on the IG. Be some bum niggas with an attitude.
Hookmaster Stretch. I see you been doing that lately, man.
You said what?
I said I see you been doing that lately.
What's that?
Hookmaster, you know we were in the studio. I know we ain't gonna get into the session, but you had a nice session we were in. You just went in there and said, you know, I ain't even gonna do it, but let me do the hook, bow, knock it out, and just leave it, man. That's you. You been finding your rhythm lately?
Yeah, with that, I just been having fun. That's what it's about, you know. So you get back to having fun, that shit just comes out, it flows, and you know, it's all love. So, you know.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's a joint right there, though, man.
Yeah.
You said y'all shot the video for that?
Yeah, we shot the video. It's on Vivo and YouTube. The County song is called Remy. Definitely check that out.
What was that
man.
vibe like?
Man, it was crazy. Like, I shot my part in the basement. You know what I mean? They got the red light, you know, in the basement swinging. So
took it back.
Yeah, man. That's every time I get with Louis Rock, that's what it be though. Like, the essence.
That energy,
you know what
man.
I mean? Yeah.
That's what it is. It's about that fun and just that building, you know, and appreciation, man. And I'm glad, you know, he definitely brings that out, and I see it for sure. And you can hear it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a joint, right?
Nothing like a Louis Rock beat. Straight up.
And then he's super talented. He can do the beat. He can spit on the beat. And then I'm gonna shoot the visual for it. And I'm gonna just package it and give it to you.
And I'm gonna edit the tracks. Like, yo, straight up. That's Louis Rock.
Yes, sir. So let's talk about, you know, after that one, what you think the next step is for you. You know, the renovation. You know.
So we got new artists.
Okay.
You know, Scotty B,
Look,
definitely.
You already going into.
You know, straight up.
Keep going,
straight
man. Because you got
so,
your management hat on too. We're gonna talk about that. You know, you're doing a lot.
So that's like the next step. You know, so you know it's a different vibe. Scotty B is definitely a different vibe. You know, but you know, just transitioning from college to like music. You know, it's like it takes you to different places. You know what I mean? So, Oklahoma, Connecticut, Dago, Stockton, Texas. You know, we even drove down to Florida. You know, shout out to Rhode Island, man. My boy DJ Royal Roy. You know what I mean?
Man, you getting into it. We did a couple track out on here, the San Diego trip. You know, we did a little LA.
You know, so word, it's definitely been a journey. So not a lot of times you really run into people that's really on the level of what you're doing.
Right.
Or that are trying to be and working to be, working to be on that level. So, you know, being out in Las Vegas, I mean, I ran across a couple people, but, you know, that was this artist that kind of took me by surprise, right? Battle rapper, you know what I mean? Like, fucking makes music. So when I seen the battle raps, I'm not real too keen on battle rapping because I think it's a different scene now than it was like when I was like listening to battle rap and on the East Coast, being in that battle rap scene. So I don't really, you know, battle rap is battle rap.
Right.
Right. But can you make a track? And I heard a track and I'm like, damn, that's actually kind of tight. Right? And then it's like the image is there, the music is there. Let's do something. You know what I mean? Like, you want to do something? Okay. Let's get the money together, put a budget, and let's put something out. So, you know, we've been doing a lot of things. We've been moving. I mean, she's been moving on her own. Some of y'all, you know, probably heard of her. 6 million views on YouTube. You know, Stuff Famous. Definitely shout out to Stuff Famous. You gotta get one of them. You gotta get your what you call it, your sound effects ready. So.
You know, everything.
Everybody clap
get the
this
applause
shit,
and shit.
Yeah. Shout out to Stuff Famous, man. You know, we got a couple projects that's gonna drop. You know, she actually surprised me because when you start to learn a little bit about the music industry, like, there's a lot of things that you might think is common that they don't know. So, needless to say, publishing. You know, I looked up my ASCAP one day and I seen there was 3 new tracks. I'm like, I ain't registered nothing but 3 new tracks. Who got me out there? So I look at them and it's Stuff Famous. On the strength, she adds Stretch Music Group publishing on her tracks. So it's like, okay, you know what I mean? You already showing that you fucking with me. Alright, so I'm gonna fuck with you. Let's do something. So, yeah, man, she been going hard. BET weekend, man. You know, you shout out to DJ Kelly J. We was out there in LA, man, doing a couple of performances. You know, she's building a name for herself. You know, and it's good for artists to grow together. Appreciate you. You know, musically and business wise. So, you know, definitely check out, we got a track out there called Spacey. We should probably play that one.
For sure. And then just how you like that though? You know, you putting on your managerial.
Is that the word?
You know
yeah, it sound right.
That's managerial, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't had nobody that just picked me up and said, yo, here goes the game. I paid for the game. So it was like, after learning the game, you gotta manage yourself first. Just in life, period. Not even as an artist, you gotta manage yourself. So taking on that role, like, really made me look at myself more too, not just as an artist, but as a person, to make sure that, you know, shit get done right. Right. You know, that people wake up on time, the vision is still there, you know what I mean? That work get done, and, you know, work definitely gets done. I don't know where she be getting, like, she be pulling songs from, but every time we go to the studio, like, she got mad verses and she got mad songs. It's like, damn, like, where are you keeping all of this? So it reminded me of me, like, when I was coming up. So it was like, yo, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. So she got 2 singles out right now. She actually got a little EP out called Fame Supreme. You know what I mean? Definitely check out Stuff Famous, Fame Supreme.
You know I fuck with Fame.
Yo.
That's my sister, man.
Yo.
She definitely from my area too. Yeah. You know, she used to stay around them Silver Spring parts, you know, them Maryland and DC area. So, and then just on a talent tip. Yeah. It's just.
She's just all the way talented. Like, man. I didn't even know she was doing music when I first was fucking with her.
I remember when I first seen her and met her, and I remember when it was through you. I don't even know. Do you remember that night?
I don't.
You had it was just on my Snapchat memories too. It was that little karaoke, not karaoke, but the bar off of the other joint in Vegas, and she came through the
shit,
Westmont performance joint.
Yeah.
You feel me? We was over there, we all kicking it after everything, good little get down. Yeah. And then she pull up, you know, start talking to everybody, chiming in, and I'm like, damn, who's that? Yeah. And then you showed me who she is, and it's like, oh shit, cool. And then to see where it is now, and how it came full circle, it's just like, man, even if, you know, how y'all met, both of the circumstances for y'all are different now. It's like how we were just talking about earlier, everything being connected and just them people and the moments, man, it's unexpected.
Yeah, she inspires me, because just when I think that I'm doing something good, she be like doing something better, and it'd be like, yo, okay, well, hold up. let me catch up. I'm supposed to be the man. Shit. You know, but as an artist, she fucking inspires me. Like, her work ethic is crazy. Like, her concepts is just, you know what I mean? Like, it's the essence of where I started.
That's it.
And it's all, like you said, coming full circle, like Louis Rock, you know, the fames. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So
it's beautiful,
it's
man.
Beautiful.
That's perfect, man. Let's get into it, man.
Let's get into
you
it, man.
About to hear it. It should be first. If it's not first, it is your first, because you're hearing it here first. We the Wave, you know, you hearing it on the We the Wave radio.
We the Wave
you
radio.
You know what it is, man.
Yeah, man. So this joint right here is called Drew Hill. The producer didn't know how to spell it. He's like Drew Hill, so, you know, he didn't know what I was talking about, but you gonna hear it, man.
He didn't know Drew Hill?
He didn't. You know these young cats nowadays, man.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
No Cisco.
Yeah,
all
none
of that. No,
you
the DRU.
What you want?
The
hey,
hop dog. Tell me.
Yeah, the hop. Yo,
come on,
man. But this
niggas don't dance like that no more, though, bro.
I
ain't even that old, but it's just like, damn, it's such a short time. It's just like all the soul and the feeling just.
Word.
It's just like, I was talking to, I think it was you I was talking about when we was in the car, and it's just like, how many songs do you find yourself just snapping to nowadays or clapping it? You used to like praise, like you used to, when Mary J come on, my mother used to do a whole bop, my nigga, we in the real love. Like, come on, bro. It used to be a moment. Everybody performing, so it's just like, man.
It's like you gotta be on drugs nowadays. Listen to music. If you ain't on drugs and your body a little different, you like, damn, this shit double timing like them. Nah. Word, but this joint right here is called Drew Hill, man.
Let's do it,
Scotty B featuring Stuff Famous.
Yeah, check. Am I supposed to hear myself? No. I don't need to. I'm feeling like Scotty B on this one. I kinda like how that sounds. Still gotta loosen up, you know. Yeah.
Bliss on the beat, baby.
Tell me that it's real, tell me that it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you knew that, tell me in the song. Baby, tell me why you leaving, girl, and how you feel alone. I need to know if it's real, then it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you knew that, tell me in the song. Baby, tell me why you leaving, girl, and how you feel alone. I need to know. 85 Cutlass riding down the streets of Vegas. Big smoke blowing out the window on them haters. Crack a Dutch, throw the guts, then watch it hit the pavement. If it ain't about paper and pussy, baby, that's no relation. Whip the foreign like a nigga still be selling dope. Tonight we getting rich, I read that in my horoscope. Looking in the rear view, hoping I don't see the law. Bankroll in my pocket, talking 10 or more. Flyest nigga on the scene, every time I'm seen. My bitch is looking like a figment of your wildest dream. No power struggle over here, that's such a childish thing. We both get money, then go blow that on some childish things. Talking his and hers, diamond on our necks and wrists. Never calling me her man, but she knows she my bitch. On my line when I'm shopping, she tell me what she want. Won't tell me how she feel, but quickly tell me past the blunt. Tell me that it's real, tell me that it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you knew that, tell me in the song. Baby, tell me why you leaving, girl, and how you feel alone. I need to know if it's real, then it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you knew that, tell me in the song. Baby, tell me why you leaving, girl, and how you feel alone. I need
Is
to
it
know.
that? Is it this shit? Let's get to the bottom. Now why you wanna argue? You always got a problem. You can have the floor, I'ma listen from the bleachers. You can make a song, tell me if you need a feature. I've been here, shed beds and shed tears. I'm all ears, no fear, I'm sincere. Hard work, love making, dumb statements, none basic. basic. You the best and a blessing. I learned my lesson, never leave. All of me is what you get. Cypress Hill, I be legit, never quit. On our mission, get rich. Deeper than a friendship, sweeter than a French kiss. Getting back to business, put it on your wish list. It's not a stunt. Everybody love you, girl, it's not a front. Pouring out my guts, I'ma keep it blunt. Tell me what you feel, tell me what you want.
Tell me that it's real, tell me that it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you knew that, tell me in the song. Baby, tell me why you leaving, girl, and how you feel alone. I need to know if it's real, then it's on. Tell me that you right, girl, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you knew that, tell me in the song. Baby, tell me why you leaving, girl, and how you feel alone. I need to know.
Yeah.
Man, that thing right there. Now that's to me, that reminds me of them old days. Like, that's an old school vibe to me. I wrote down here like that got that Aquemini vibe. You feel me?
Yeah.
That Outcast, like just something abstract about it. You know,
something you could ride to.
You know,
man, smooth.
We gotta get Scotty B and Stud Fame over on the wave, man, some way, somehow. We gotta get them in, you know, whether because you know, over here on We the Wave, we're not just talking title, you know.
Yeah.
It's all kind of waves. Like, we coming through you at a wave right now, you know.
Word.
You got your cell phone, your microwaves, you got, you know, we are all that and then some, you know. Even when you wave high, you know, that's us too. Just know that we are all them waves.
We the waves.
So whatever signal we gotta send out, we gonna send it out. We gotta get them in here, man, because that's a vibe right there. And you know, I would love to chop it up with them. Did you just, you know, you got them in the studio together, or, you know, what was your part in that? You know, you just had your managerial hat on?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, you know, like, you know, DJ Khaled right there, you know what I mean?
That.
Put the pieces together, you know, just put them, you know.
And you gotta appreciate that, and that's, you know, you doing your managerial thing at all times. You know, that, you know, bring a song in, you know, for the team. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about, man. And I know they would appreciate that, just like you say. You appreciate, you know, the things that they do to lift you up.
Most definitely.
You know, that's dope. One thing I want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Growth. You know,
from
when we first met to now, it has been such a journey.
Man.
So, you know, I can only imagine the course that you've been on, this time that you have, you know, spent.
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, your growth as a man, and know how that affects everything at the end of the day, because that is everything.
Yeah, it is everything. I think T.I. said it, you know, probably some other people said it as well, but, you know, the music comes from the environment in which you're in mentally at the time. So
shit, and physically.
Yeah, true that. I mean, your physical follows your mental. So it's like the growth mentally first has been...
Hold on, that was just a bar. That shit just hit me on the back way. He said, the physical follows your mental. Did you hear that, my son?
Man.
That's some real shit, man, because it literally does. Your mental controls it. Man, I ain't never thought of it. Man. You always got some shit, man. That's why I got to keep you around, man.
Word. But not real talk. Like, the mental first just was growing. It grew at a rate that I wasn't even expecting. I wasn't even looking for. I mean, I guess I was. I definitely was, because then it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't. But, you know, the mental growth has been amazing. Just mentally, the things that I could deal with and the things that I could put myself in and the people around me, so that we can all grow and so that we can all prosper, you know, in this lifetime and the next. You know, so the mental growth has been amazing. You know, the physical growth, you know, just as far as like the music and what projects we've been into, what what events and what organizations I've been digging my hands in, you know, having my hands out with. It's like, it's been breathtaking, man. Honestly, like, it's been a blessing beyond, you know, what you could imagine.
Man, God is good.
All the time. So once you start thinking different, you start acting different and doing different. And then once you start doing different, you start attracting different.
Man, that's something that Bear used to say all the time,
man. All the time.
When you change the way you look at things, man, the things you look at
change.
I was literally in my daily affirmations, bro. Like he always said that shit, man. And it's so beautiful how true it is, man.
Man.
And to have those people around you that understand that, you know?
Yeah, straight up. So it's just been a blessing for me, and it's been beyond just music. You know, it's been community. You know, it's been really dealing with the minds of the youth and just being around in the community and having an impact.
Man, you just gonna take it there. I was gonna, you know, say a lot of things that, well, it's definitely a thing that a lot of people might not know about you is your nonprofit work and the charity things that you've done. Yes, and you know, you just recently came off a drive where you gave away, if I'm not mistaken, 357?
Yeah,
357 book bags, right?
357 book bags with supplies in it.
So not just the book bag for y'all listening, not just something, you know, we're gonna put something in it as well to help you with your education. Man, that is a beautiful thing.
A shout out to the Educated Thug, man. That's my brother. You know what I mean? That's my brother for real, man. CT, what up, bro? So, you know, Educated Thug has really, like, it really started it for me, like, for me to really change my perspective on it, right? Because, like, we all got something that we feel like we need to be doing. We just don't know what it is sometimes. And, like, honestly, charity work is, like, you know, people say it all the time, but charity work actually makes you feel good. Like, and feeling good,
is all it's about. That's what it's about.
You know what I'm saying? So I was amazed at the re-up. I mean, you know, I dabbled in it too. You know, Rich and Thought Project is one of the organizations that, you know, definitely, you know, deal with the community, inspiring, educating, and mentoring, you know, the youth. So it's just been a blessing, man. I actually got to teach, I think it was like a 4th or 5th grade class, you know, during the school year last year, you know, so that was different, you know, but it was like amazing, like just having 30 people, 30 young minds, like really looking at you for information.
You also did a tie giveaway, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep,
or
yep.
You taught young men how to tie ties.
Educated Thug, yes sir, man, has definitely taught a lot of people how to tie ties, a lot of the youth, you know, just man, getting the education and banging on the system.
Man, tell them how important that is, especially for our young brothers, man. A lot of us don't even, especially when we're going into these interviews or we going, whether it be college interviews, job interviews, whatever you do in life, it's going to be a point of time where you got to put that tie on. And you got to know how to tie, you got to know how to present yourself, man. And that's huge, because I came up where my father didn't teach me that. I looked on YouTube, you know?
Yeah,
I had to look up on the internet, you know? So that's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's very huge, man. Just developmental skills, you know, things that you need to know that they not going to teach you in school. And that's, like you said, is vital to just living, you know what I mean? So, you know, definitely shout out to Educated Thug for that, Rich and Thought Project. You know, we had the re-up, which we, you know, he's going to start doing that annually. You know, like you said, we gave away 357 backpacks, had the DJ in there from the radio station. You know, the kids, I think the parents were having more fun than the kids, but the kids was going crazy, man. Haircuts was going on. They was getting their hair braided.
Oh, yeah.
Man, bro, you know, shoot, Metro showed up. Shout out to Metro. Las Vegas, you know, the Army showed up.
That's love.
You know, it was crazy, man. Prince Hall showed up. So it was definitely crazy, man. And like I said, I was amazed at that event, and you just gonna keep it going from there, man. You know, feeding the homeless, you know. So that's another thing that we do every third Saturday out here, man, in Las Vegas. Feed the homeless. You know, try to get them clothes and toiletries and stuff like that they gonna need on a daily basis. Just, you know, not besides food. You know,
For sure.
It's about to be winter time. They gonna need sleeping bags and blankets,
coats,
and
tents,
you know what I mean. So you know, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta continue to supply the community,
Most definitely.
because they are a part of it, regardless of, you know, how you look at it. So, you know, community work has been a blessing, man. It's only opened my eyes to so much more, you know, that you could do, you know.
Ties so hand in hand with your growth as a man. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely a necessary thing, you know.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
it's you know, it's just all about that journey of self, you know, finding within yourself to be able to say, I'm so full and rich in what I have that I can give whatever I have, even if sometimes I may have thought of it as a little, that is a lot to someone else.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember I went shopping, right? And, you know, I had all these new clothes, and I had shoes. And then after the first time I had, you know, brought some older shirts and stuff out there to them, but I literally ended up emptying my closet, yo, took out everything out there and just gave that shit away. And that shit was a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Just spiritually, it was beautiful. And make you realize, you know, it's real easy sometimes for us to have things, you know, that we see as, you know, whatever, and these people are struggling. So
Man.
It's like, you know, take this, because I could get this tomorrow, you know what I mean? So, you know, definitely something that we need to do more of.
For sure, man. And I want to talk about Mom Dukes. You know, my mother has definitely been instrumental in everything that I am. She brought me into this world, literally.
Yeah.
You know, and the more I learn about myself, I understand how much I am connected to her. And, you know, I told her actually, in talking to her not too long ago, that what she has to realize, which I know could be difficult, especially for me, it was difficult, is when I'm not talking to her, or when we are in a phase in which we aren't seeing eye to eye, or we don't agree, or I don't want to say don't agree, because it's we don't agree a lot of times. But when it comes to a point where I am holding anger or resentment or any kind of ill feeling towards her, it is a representation of myself. That is a time in which that I feel that way inside and internally. So I told her I actually need you then, and I understand now that you need me in those moments. So now I call, I reach out, I try to do it once a week. I'm not the best at it, but I do my best, you know.
Straight up.
I make sure we definitely talk at least 2 to 3 times a month, which is huge difference between where it used to be, you know, sometimes. So I just want to talk about, you know, your mom and how she influenced you, because whether you know it or not, your mom changed my life just for something that may have been small that she did for you.
I feel you. My mother is the best. I was blessed so much for having the mother that I have. You know, straight up. So, you know, my mother is my biggest supporter. Definitely my biggest supporter. Even when she knows I'm wrong, she gonna tell me I'm right, and and then how to make it right.
That's it.
You know what I mean? She's the definition of what, you know, I see in a woman. You know what I mean? Straight up. And
most definitely.
Knowledge itself is like what she has shown me.
Me too.
Man.
She by gifting you that book, Motivation Manifesto.
Yeah.
And by doing that, it turned me onto it.
Yeah.
Which has changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's literally one of the reasons why we're here today.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like I know how I think about my mom, and I just know what even your mom, by doing what she did for you, has done for me. So I understand how powerful she is, you know. So it's just like, man, you know, I just wanted you to shed some light on it because she touched me, and not only has she touched me, she's going to touch the world.
Yes, sir.
Because you're going to do that.
Yes, sir.
And through you,
yeah,
that's going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I feel the same way about my mom. So it's like, it's I just want to shed light on that because it's not done, you know. Too often, man.
Most definitely, but that wisdom is the key, you know.
I always gotta go back, man.
And she showed me the importance of reading. Straight up.
That was look, I got books right here, man.
Man, that was it. Yeah, that was that, man.
It's definitely important, man. I was not a reader. Like anyone who knows me, whether it's high school, elementary, anytime, it wasn't that I can't read. I take that back because I wasn't a reader at home or when I had to, other than one book. It was one book that I enjoyed in school, The Outliers, and I read it all the way through, and I watched the movie afterwards. Like that was the only book I ever, and Pride and Prejudice. Those were the only two books I ever read all the way through in school.
Yeah.
And you know how many books you're given in school.
I ain't never read not one of them books.
All of them, No To Kill a Mockingbird, Dante's Inferno, all that shit. It didn't stimulate.
I wrote a bomb ass paper though.
Man,
I ain't read not one of them,
man,
but my paper was an A, B, you know.
It's something that my mom is an avid reader. When I say avid reader, I mean she used to have, when we would move and when we would clean up her room, it would be 2 trash bags and a Tupperware full of books. Mm-hmm. To where we got a place, because we used to live in a condo, till we got a house to where she got a bookshelf, and that was like a proud moment for her, for her to be able to put all her books on the shelf. And then she got it, and then it was like, this shit ain't big enough.
Yeah, I need more
like,
books.
I still gotta put books. No, she had too many books. Like, she filled the whole bookshelf, and now she got books upstairs. Now she gotta give books to my sister and all. And I never understood it, right? And it was just like, man, now it's something that I wish I could do even more. You know, I gotta keep finding more and more time to do it, because it's so vital to growth and to knowledge and to just perspective and building, you know.
It is just the way that your mind has to work in order to read, you know what I mean, and then what these words and vibrations actually mean, and then do by saying them. It's like, it's vital, you know. You don't want to continue to just keep reciting lyrics of a song. That's actually fucking your life up, you know. But you know, you read, you put some, you know, some good energy into you, some real energy, you know, that frequency right there, and you know, you gotta do that by reading.
Most definitely, man. It's definitely something that I definitely appreciate now more than ever, and to see it trickle down to people close to me, like my brother and my wife, and you know, her mother, and like it's really dope, you know. And then to see that transfer of knowledge, because it was a point in time where I didn't have that, or maybe I had it and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, that's all. It's just understanding what's actually taking place.
Man.
That's all.
For sure. Now you got one more song, man, I want to get into, man. You gotta Run It Up, man. What's that about?
So, you know, it's really just the first single.
Okay.
That Stretch is putting out. You know, I've been working with a lot of different camps. Shout out to the West Mob. You know, we got some music out there right now. You know, so then shout out to, you know, Dub Gang Entertainment. We got some music about to drop, you know. So I just been working with a lot of other people. I finally got a song that to myself.
Collaboration, then say, you know what, let me bring it back.
Yeah, let me bring it back, and then let me get in focus to what my goal is right now, you know? And that, honestly, is to run it up, straight up.
Speak that shit to the world.
Straight up. So, you know, like I said, the journey through life, through music, because music is life and life is music. That's the first mixtape I put out on that Piff. So look up Stretch, Life is Music, MUZIK, part 1 and 2. But I ran into a dude, DJ Royal Roy. He was the actual first project I paid for. East Coast, Rhode Island. Shout out to the 401. So Run It Up is actually on his Corleone project, part 2. So definitely check that shit out too on YouTube. Stretch Music Group, Run It Up. Here we go. Produced by Scooby.
A deadly production.
Scooby, what up, bro?
Video coming soon.
Yeah.
It's the way.
I just wanna live my life. I just wanna smoke my weed. I just wanna stunt when I pull up in a Porsche Panamera with a bad little thing. I just wanna write my rhymes. I just wanna hit that road. I just wanna pull off in the Benz from the show to the after party, counting that dough. Like run it up, then do it again. We gon' run it up, by the 100 bands. Run it up, then do it again. We gon' run it up, by the 100 bands. Look, smoking weed and I'm swerving. Your bitch in my DM, I'm curving. Stacking's more what I'm concerned with. No cap, gotta live it how you earn it. Real rap, gotta stay above the surface. You know the laws, the snakes and the hearses. Pray to God I could get my mama mansion, even if I gotta dig in bitches' purses. I just wanna live my life. I just wanna smoke my weed. I just wanna stunt when I pull up in a Porsche Panamera with a bad little thing. I just wanna write my rhymes. I just wanna hit that road. I just wanna pull off in the Benz from the show to the after party, counting that dough. Like run it up, then do it again. We gon' run it up, by the 100 bands. Run it up, then do it again. We gon' run it up, by the 100 bands. Product moving like a track meet. I'm at the product flipping like an athlete. When a drought hits, only one cure. I'ma tax you like they tax me. Picking bitches up in that two-door. Send they ass home up in the taxi. These hoes ain't worth but an Uber ride. Probably dig it out up in the backseat. I just wanna live my life. I just wanna smoke my weed. I just wanna stunt when I pull up in a Porsche Panamera with a bad little thing. I just wanna write my rhymes. I just wanna hit that road. I just wanna pull off in the Benz from the show to the after party, counting that dough. Like run it up, then do it again. We gon' run it up, by the 100 bands. Run it up, then do it again. We gon' run it up, by the 100 bands. Look, name mentioned with the best of them. Really ran the streets unlike the rest of them. Paid Dipset for the distro. You didn't think I'd really get a check from them. Grind so the block I respect for them. Loyal so the land gon' rap for them. The game been waiting on a message from them. True faith, no God got a blessing for them. I just wanna live my life. I just wanna smoke my weed. I just wanna stunt when I pull up in a Porsche Panamera with a bad little thing. I just wanna write my rhymes. I just wanna hit that road. I just wanna pull off in the Benz from the show to the after party, counting that dough. Like run it up.
About to shoot a video to that too. Shit gonna be crazy.
I like that, man. You went back to Big Bro. You got
man,
Big Bro on it, man.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
He just got that sound, man. Silent but Deadly Records. He got that sound, man. So, I think I got everything I need right now. Not think, like I know I got everything I need right now.
That's it, my brother. You
But
damn sure do, man. And we all do. It's just when we realize that and how often we realize that,
Yeah.
And how often we act upon that.
Yeah, because that's the hardest part, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you damn sure do. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Word.
Or when they do, just know.
Yeah. Like,
that's all it is. Because there's going to be people who do. And then that's just them. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with how you're moving or what you're doing or, it says that they don't see it. They don't believe.
Yeah.
They aren't at the level.
Yeah, of course,
Man, I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you
Thank
too,
you for
brother.
Coming by,
always, man.
Took a lot of work, but we did it, brother.
We did it, keep me on my square,
You already know, man. That's what I'm here for, man.
Yeah.
Anytime.
That's what we here for.
You know it. As a whole.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love you, brother.
Love you too,
I appreciate you, man. And
Likewise.
for all of y'all who may know, if you didn't know, now you know. Not only are we the wave, but you know, you got great brother here, you know, good brother. And this is the beginning.
Yeah, it's the beginning, you know.
Like when you hear this and you see this, it'll make sense in 10 years.
Man.
You know, or maybe it don't if you ain't caught up to it.
It's gonna make sense when you hear it. But it's just when you gonna hear it.
Man.
You know?
Man. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you too, brother.
Love,
straight
man.
up, man. Always.
And you know,
man.
we gotta come back for part 2 anytime.
Most
you want to
definitely.
come drive it down. Anytime you got new music. Anytime you want to drop it out.
Yeah.
You know I'm here. You know, I would love to be the exclusive premiere. You know, if I could. You know, but I know I got the work to do. We're gonna keep working. We're gonna keep building, man. But plug yourself. Please tell everybody where to find you, man.
Yo.
So we can be out there.
Stretch Music Group, MUZIK. You know, Stretch Music Group, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, on everything. You know what I mean? Stretch Music Group. You gonna find me. You know.
You already know, man.
Yes,
and we the wave. You gonna see it when you see it. You gonna get run over by it.
Yes,
Just
sir.
know.
We the wave.